We are live.
Yes, we are.
It's going.
Sorry, I forgot my voice. Hello, welcome to the Antiquing Hour with Benjamin and Michael. I am, of course, your host, Benjamin.
Every week.
I don't want to get it right.
It's like
I don't want to get it right.
Just pick a different. You don't have to be Ben or Mikey. You can be whoever you.
Yeah, I am your host, Benjamin and Michael. I'm both.
You're both. Which leads. I'm the ampersand in the middle.
No, that's my middle name. You can't have that either.
So who am I? Am I the Antiquing? Am I the Hour?
You're MediEvil, the game. How do you pronounce this game? Like, what is the preferred?
I actually took a language course, and it's MediEvil.
That sounds very
Italian roots. I'm actually going to check the sound levels because I know that I was a bit quiet earlier. Do some talking for me, please, Michael.
Hello, my name is Michael, and I like things.
There we go. Yeah, I think
very good rap.
That's a good rap. My name is Ben, and I'm here to say that my name is Ben, and I'm here to say that my name
now I'm turning myself down because I was too hot. I apologize for that.
That's all right. It's everyone else's fault but yours, which is generally how these things go. So
I am your host, Benjamin ampersand Michael, of course,
and I am. I guess I'm the wood grain on the frame. That's what I am. I don't even get
You're just gonna keep reaching for this, and I'm not gonna give it to you.
You're not gonna. So all right then. All right, Michael. All right, Mike Stuffer. Who am I? You tell me, because I don't know anymore.
I don't care. Anyway, hello, welcome to the show. Today we're gonna play MediEvil.
We are on the
MediEvil,
a 1998 PS1 game.
Yeah. Surprising amount of fans out there. I really don't know this game. It's just sort of the thing ingrained in my memory based on Weird Skullboy, like the guy that was like on the cover.
Yeah.
I don't really know anything about it. I know it's like a platformer, three-dimensional.
Yeah. I think I have a vague memory of, I don't know what's going on here. This is I guess one of the opening cutscenes, but I have a vague memory of playing a demo on a friend's PlayStation back in, I want to say 95 or 96.
The demo for this game actually came in a jewel case. There was a demo that had box art and everything.
Yeah, there were a few games like that in like the early PS1 days that got like weird, like, hey, you can go into a store and just grab this off a shelf kind of. I guess these people have all been raised as undead minions of this dude who looks a little but not a lot like Shinnok from Mortal Kombat 4.
The most popular Mortal Kombat character.
It's everyone's favorite character from everyone's favorite Mortal Kombat game. I'm gonna go ahead and listen. I've watched this cutscene 80,000 times.
Yeah, please skip. Let's actually jump into the game.
Let's do the gameplay part of the gameplay.
Sure. And I, as usual, have a quiz for you. And since you know nothing about this game, and since you got 10 out of 10 last week, I was like, well, I need to kick Ben's ass this week.
And it's gonna happen. I've got the disgusting punishment sauce on standby.
All right. So you're over and under on this one. I put at 3.
Okay.
That's
very kind of you. Thank you.
And very low and impossible.
Yeah.
But start playing. Like, get out of the cutscene madness.
This is all.
Oh god, the PS1 land of the bad cutscene.
Yes, we're just gonna do everything CG, but not have money to do it.
Well, it's also like, don't understand basic rules of editing or shooting things. Well, like they read one book and they're like, I'm a cutscene boy, and that's not necessarily a great strategery.
I guess I'm skipping all of the pertinent dialogue.
That works for me because your quiz today is based on character names. So the more you skip and don't pay attention to, the better you won't do.
Cool.
That was a really weird way.
You want me to be a bad quiz gentleman? I'm
gonna answer one quick question from the comments, or from chat. Sorry, it's not comments, it's chat. Holloman asks, at FilmJoy, ever thought about doing a video about the Prince of Egypt? I have not, and I don't know if that necessarily, like, other than the beauty of the animation and the beauty of the performances in that movie, I don't know if telling that's Moses, right? That feels very outside of my wheelhouse.
I did find out, I learned something very interesting about Prince of Egypt and Shrek because they were both in production concurrently, and people who weren't pulling their weight on Prince of Egypt, or who weren't, you know, or who'd failed in some way, got moved over to production on Shrek, and the punishment was referred to as getting Shreked.
I cannot fix my hair. It is just a mistake today.
A hair mistake. Press and hold the square button.
So, yeah, I don't want to start the quiz until you've killed something. So, like, question 1 will happen when you have killed anyone.
Oh, this is one of the era of games where the first level is literally just this. It's just walking around.
This is when games started to train people. Like, we actually realized that was a thing. Because games used to be much more difficult just to understand them. You had to test everything out. And then as controllers got more complex, that wasn't a real great option.
Yeah.
Nintendo, you could let them figure it out because they could press every button in 10 seconds.
Yeah. But this is when the controllers came with a minimum of 87 distinct buttons, not all of them on the same plane of reality. So if I double tap in a direction, I run. This game does not have analog stick support, so I'm having to use the D-pad. And it feels like playing the game with a caveman controller. What did LNR do? Here we go. Nothing. Cool.
Yeah, playing a 3D platformer without analog control is...
It's rough.
Reckless, I guess, would be the word I would use to describe that.
But that's what we had. Oh, I didn't read that book on the way out. It probably wasn't good. It's probably one of the 50 Shades books or something.
Here's a pre-quiz. Name all 3 50 Shades books.
50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades Darker, and 50 Shades...
I want to say it's like...
Shades Lounge.
50 Shades Lounge. No, isn't it like 50 Shades Unchained or something?
It's something like that. I can save the game. I'm going to save my progress.
You've done literally nothing.
Listen, what if we get bored and immediately want to play something else?
50 Shades Freed.
50 Shades
Ham
Freed.
to the rescue.
Good. 50 Shades Freed.
Thaddeus is here. Thaddeus, come say hi to me. It's our other FilmJoyer. It's Thaddeus Fenton in the floor. Look at this. There he is.
Them.
Chat, say hi to Thaddeus and how much you love him and how much
is
you
he
love
even
all
in
of
the
his
frame
stuff.
on the stream? I can't even tell.
Friend.
I don't know. Let me scoot over so we can. I can't see the stream.
Hi, friends.
He's at least in the middle. That's fine. Oh. Yeah, we're streaming
cool.
MediEvil today.
Yeah,
MediEvil.
I'm having some
It's pretty old school.
reservations about this. I've just.
Are you ready for your quiz?
Yeah, let's do that.
You've killed an enemy. That was the rule.
That was it.
All right, let me get my pen. Number 1. Now you're gonna tell me. I'm just gonna give you a character name, and you're gonna tell me if they're real or fake. I've determined you're gonna get 3 out of 10 on this.
Okay, good. I'm glad that someone.
That's 50-50. So mathematically, even if you guess the same thing every time, that's 50-50. Except that I actually brought that into account, and then 7 are either real or 7 are fake. That's not true. Or is it?
Out of the 10, 7 are real and 7 are fake.
I used to do this to Chris all the time. Just all metagame. All right, number 1. Is this character real or fake?
Okay.
Plarbo.
Plabo.
P-L-A-R-B-O. Plarbo.
Can you tell me a little more about Plabo?
I cannot. These are just names.
I'm gonna say fake. Please be fake.
It is fake. 1 out of 1. I don't want to see a repeat of last week where you get all 10. Now, what are you attempting? What is your objective right now?
My objective is figure out why. I genuinely don't know.
That's not even a sensible statement.
I can't jump. Oh, I guess it's not to get.
Don't get plarboed.
I'm out of any weapon. I have nothing. I have my own arm now. I've run out of tiny knives.
This game is incredible. You're fighting people with your own arm.
Yeah.
I had to beat him to death with his own shoe.
I wonder if this guy is like an ancestor of Stubbs the zombie.
That's is possible. Number 2, Stubbs the... No. Number 2. Stram?
Stram. I am going to say yes to Stram.
You are wrong.
Wrong? That doesn't sound like me.
Yeah, not lately.
No, I aced the last one.
Ross Larson asks, is this Plock 3D? I think we might have a candidate for the coming weeks of the show, though.
I haven't played Plock in years.
I don't know anything about it. I just know it's called Plock 3D.
Oh, Plock 3D isn't a real game, I don't think, but Plock is.
No, Plock had a 3D game, didn't it?
Did it?
I don't know. Man, I might be thinking of like Bubsy or some other mistake.
Oh, we do have to do Bubsy at some point, though.
Bubsy is so bad. No one will watch the stream. Everyone will hate us. It'll just be real bad.
How long can we play before the subs like drop down to sub?
Dropping as we speak. Number 3. Zarok. Zarok.
I think that one's real. I think that's the main boss.
So when I asked you if you knew anything about this game, and you said no, I don't, you were lying.
Well,
You're a liar.
The initial point you asked me that I hadn't seen the opening cinematic 18,624 times.
That's fair.
So
that's fair.
Things change. But these hands don't appear to do me any injury. They're just free roaming NPC severed limbs.
Yeah, I really don't. You're just kind of killing people and losing limbs, which is a very good gameplay mechanic. It is very Stubbs. You're right. I'm hearing from chat that Plock 3D might not exist.
It might. I kind of hope it secretly does. I not so secretly hope it actually does.
All right, number 4, the Queen of Death.
I think that one's fake. I think that one's too on the nose to be real.
Yeah. First of all, see, this is what bugs me about this 50-50 is you'll be right for incredibly wrong reasons.
Yes.
it feels very cheap to me. So you're 3 for 4. You've actually hit the
good.
You hit the spread rather quick. You're too good at this. Number 5, the King of Morgville.
He's a king of one small town. I'll say that one's real. Why not?
You are wrong.
Ah.
Even though I know you probably wanted to say it was fake.
No, I kind of wanted that one to be real. I think I was going with wishful thinking rather than...
Well, there's a theme here. Number 6, the King of Gallowmere.
That one's real.
Yes, it is.
Because Gallowmere's the world
it
I'm
is.
in.
Yeah, because you saw the opening cutscene 50 friggin' times.
Yeah. If it's any consolation, I might be about to die on the very first level of this game.
Well, use the energy from chat, because you're fighting all these, like, Diet Incredible Hulks for somebody. Like, they're really Hulkish, yeah?
They're very
they got the
Hulk-shaped.
purple pants.
Yeah,
Well, no, the pants, the color, everything.
Yeah, it's Hulk cosplay. The Living
Although
Dead...
I feel like Hulk is kind of based on Frankenstein, the sort of made-up green version of Frankenstein.
Well, he's more Jekyll and Hyde, if anything. And Jekyll obviously was very green.
He's a very green boy.
He's
growing
yeah.
green boy. Number 7. Sir Daniel Fort-esque.
Esque. Is that Fort-esque or Fort Esquire?
Fortesque. Fortesque. Sir Daniel Fort-esque.
I think he's... I want to say real.
I think that's him.
Yeah.
I think because the game calls him Dan, and I found that Dan was short for Sir Daniel Fortesque, or Fortescue. I'm not sure which. Mostly. You're not doing bad. You have 5 of 7. No.
I like to think that you're doing this, that you're
5%.
deliberately letting me win because as a friend you do not want me to just ingest that sriracha mac sauce. I like to think that you're doing a solid for me.
You've said the perfect thing on number 8. Number 8. The Squire, cow waste.
That
is irresponsible.
That's horrible. I want
Not
that.
good.
I think that one's real.
That is fake. I made up cow waste to Squire. Because it seemed like a funny thing.
How on
I love writing things in the humor style of the game. Because, like, again, all of my stuff, like the King of Morgville, all of that is based on the existing names, just slightly tweaked. And then you're like, this game would never have anything like that. And then you're right for wrong reasons.
Yes.
Every time.
Here's the thing.
Or you're wrong for right reasons.
I've just made a realization. I think I know who this guy is. Watching him swing his sword, he's Dirk the Daring from Dragon's Lair, resurrected, and now he's already a skeleton, so he can't be skeleton.
Did he have armor? Like, because the red matches.
It's very similar.
What does Dirk the Daring look like, chat? Can you guys find a picture of him and confirm that? Because I actually sort of believe he is Dirk the Daring.
That's my headcanon, and you can't take my headcanon away from me.
You cannot take his head cannon away or his head lettuce away. Number 9. Lord Cardok. Not to be confused with Zarok. This is Lord Cardok.
Dwayne Carrock Johnson. That one's, I think, real.
It is. I don't know how they named a character Zarok and Cardok, but there you go. Let me attend to one thing real quick.
Sure.
Oh, you're good. Give me hugs. Bye, friends.
Bye, Thad.
Worst hug ever. Worst hug ever. Keep trying. Let's just do the rest. Okay, number 10. Number 10 is Skull Billy.
Skull Billy.
Skull Billy.
I think that one's fake.
You got it right. So good at this. You only missed 2. You got an A. I'm actually going to give you a letter grade. Look at this. Signed Mr. Neumann. See, you got a B. You got a B plus.
I got a B plus. Nice.
8 out of 10.
That's good.
Good job.
Good job.
Good job. As I look down and I see the James Pond quiz from last week. I have like this stack of quizzes.
Just a stack of quizzes that I've just defiled.
Well, I'm saving them so I can make you like a remember when book at the end of the year where it's like a you can just see all your journey.
Oh, I thought we were gonna just put out a FilmJoy Presents the Antiquing Hour video game quiz book.
Right on.
But that's a very funny joke you just missed, but it's okay.
Sorry, I was saying goodbye to Thad.
No, you're allowed to say goodbye to Thad.
I wasn't asking your permission.
Good. He's not allowed to say goodbye back, though.
That's fair.
He's got to listen and nod curtly and then just leave.
So the art style in this game is wicked. Just to sort of stand up for it. I mean, there is such an economy of polys and pixel density and like. Yeah, I mean, you can see it even in the door behind him. Like, the door isn't quite straight, which is really hard to do when you have, I mean, what is that? 6 sides on that window, maybe 9. Yeah. There's such, everything's sort of shifty, weird. I mean, it's super stylized for the economy of art they had to work with.
Yeah,
I'm actually really impressed with this game. It holds up.
There are a few PS1 games like this. Like, there's another one called Sheepdog and Wolf, which I think was released over here as Sheep Raider.
Sheep Raider.
Which is you play as the wolf in the old Warner Brother cartoons, that the big white dog with the ginger tuft of hair in front of its eyes is constantly trying to steal sheep from. I think that sentence makes sense. But that game was so much fun, but it really made use of the limited graphic fidelity of the PS1 to produce something that looked like a Warner Brothers cartoon. It was really good. It was like comedy Metal Gear Solid. I love that game. That is a firm contender for a future episode.
Comedy Metal Gear Solid is kind of a weird understatement because I think Metal Gear Solid personally is the funniest franchise ever.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
It is so beside itself with wackadoo stuff.
So the thing this game does that I don't like, and it's I think more of a product of its time than anything else, is I don't like that I have to press the select button to bring up the inventory so I can change weapons. I would rather be able to hot swap between weapons with like the L1 and
that's sort of
R1
a
buttons.
PC remnant, I think.
Yeah.
You know, some of those old RPG. Like, how much inventory do you have?
Right now, I have these 3 weapons and my own arm.
And my own arm. I wish every game was like, what's your inventory? Blah, 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 blah. And my own arm.
More games should do that.
These zombies are just hanging out. Like, here's the thing. You're obviously some kind of weird magical creature that has been resurrected for whatever horrible reason, but like, you just strolled up on some undead dudes sitting by the fire, keeping warm. Like, that's all they were doing.
Yeah, and I just help myself.
You really can't make a point that undead people are evil and should be killed because you yourself are one.
Yeah.
It feels like murder a little bit.
Can you murder someone or something that is already dead?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to check.
There's a lot of literature that deals. American Gods deals with that. Like, to me, it's not whether your blood's flowing and your heart's pumping.
Oh, hey, I did a death. I did a died.
Yes, you did. You did a died. I did a died. Hashtag did a died. No, to me, sentience is the important factor of whether or not you can kill something, right?
Yes. Like
kill. You know, it's the if it has its own thoughts and feelings and emotions, like, you're a jerk to take that away. So Dirk the daring zombie.
So this is, in case anyone's wondering, this is I've hacked in the first level from Super Mario 64.
I was literally just thinking that. This predates Mario 64, does it not?
That is a harsh learning
Mario
curve.
Dude, Shigeru Miyamoto, come out. Did you steal this? Shigeru? He's shy. He's very shy.
This came out in 98.
In my house. He's located in my house.
How long now, are you holding him captive, or does he just like...
No, we're buds. He can leave. You can leave whenever you want. Nod yes.
Here we go. I love the menus. Like, just look at this.
Yeah, there's
menus.
so much
These are
style
great.
to this. Hey,
Yeah.
can you guys help us with some research real quick? Like, what other, and I'll look it up too. What other games? Was MediEvil a first party studio?
I know at the very least it was a PS1 exclusive.
I want to know what else they made, I guess, is what I'm saying.
This is where we find out it was made by like Neversoft or...
Developers were it was first party Cambridge Studio. They made... Are you ready, man?
Oh, Cambridge Studios made some great stuff, but definitely list this off.
Beast Wars Transformers.
A classic of the genre.
Frogger, also from 97. Yeah, their first two, because there was like a PS1 Frogger remake. Remember that had all different levels and stuff?
Yeah.
That was actually pretty good.
I had the PC version. It was pretty rad.
Other PlayStation 1 games. MediEvil, MediEvil 2, C12 Final Resistance. I don't know that one.
That sounds like the name of a game you would make up for a real or fake PS1 game quiz.
Yeah, C-12 Final. I don't know. Ghost Hunter. No. Primal and Ghost Hunter are PlayStation 2 titles. Those are the only 2 titles. I played
Primal. It was okay.
There was a PSP version of MediEvil called MediEvil Resurrection.
Yes, I remember that. I didn't have it, but I do remember seeing ads for it a lot.
Hey, this slots in with our quiz from last week, I do believe. One moment. Wow, the crossover is insane. Yeah, Chris Sorrell, the person that did pretty much everything on James Bond, went on to be the writer of 24 The Game. 24 The Game was made by this studio. That was a PlayStation 2 game that they made. That's Synergy. And then the PSP version, I don't know if it's a port or just a new game of Little Big Planet.
think it was a
PlayStation
separate game.
3 was TV Superstars. I don't know what that is. Let me click that real quick. TV Superstars looks like a sort of quiz game, probably with those. Do you remember those quiz remotes? The Buzz game?
Yeah.
On PlayStation?
Yeah, those were huge over here. Jason Donovan was the voice of the Quizmaster in the European version. I don't know about the American version, but that was a huge deal here.
And then after 2010, I think they were purchased by Sony and turned. Well, they were already owned by Sony. They were just changed what they were.
Yeah.
They became Gorilla Cambridge, the Killzone people, and then they went on to make Killzone Mercenary for PlayStation Vita, a classic. Everyone talks about it all the time.
Yeah, it's a solid, sturdy game with a strong following and a memorable. I can't even like.
Everyone's talking about it.
It's the craze that's sweeping the nation.
Unlike you climbing a cliff with boulders on it, and they also made. 2 years ago, because it's 2018 now. In 2016.
Ben, be better than this.
And tell me if you've heard of this, because I haven't. They made a game called RIGS, RIGS, Mechanized Combat League, which is a first-person shooter sports video game developed. Well, I'm just reading the wiki. But
okay.
Have you ever heard of this?
No, that does sound largely.
It's a first-person sport shooter.
That sounds like a not real game.
It doesn't sound very. I need to check this out. Its Metacritic is 78 of 100. Not bad, actually.
That's not terrible.
No, not at all. 78's a good score. Anyway, hello, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed all of that information, chat. All right, what do we got going?
I did it. I made it up. I didn't die or anything.
Hollow Man asked, did you play Reboot PS1 game? I'm guessing you mean Reboot the series, to which my response is, there was a Reboot PS1 game?
I had no idea there was a Reboot PS1 game, and I feel like that's...
hello? We have an early contender for next week, if that's it.
I don't know.
But I was obsessed with Reboot as a kid.
Reboot, my dad was very into like computer animation stuff, so we watched Reboot a lot when I was a kid.
Dude, there was! Yeah, Reboot for PS1 by EA, no doubt.
No way.
Oh, okay, Ben. Can you guess its Metacritic score? Chat, feel free to chime in with your own guesses. I will tell you who gets the closest. Just type a number.
Sure. Let me have a guess.
It's not very high.
I'm definitely guessing and not typing into my phone right now. I just realized you can't see the visual gag I'm going for. Never mind. I'm gonna say 38%. Is that too low?
I'm not even sure it's on here. I just saw some other scores. I can't see. Metacritic just... Wow, Metacritic's search function is like the worst.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's like terrifyingly bad. It's just frozen. I can't go back or forward. And it didn't even type all the letters in. Okay, I'm just closing that window. I can't. It literally froze. That's how bad the Metacritic. Everyone's like 2. Everyone's going pretty low.
That's too low. That's too low a percentage.
I'm gonna use the Google. I'm gonna Google the Metacritic using the website, not their website, which is horrendous. All I can find is a GameSpot review of the game, because I don't think Metacritic is holding it. The GameSpot review was a 4.1.
Ooh, that's
not. It's not great. It's not super great. But unlike this game, which is super great, because you're doing all this amazing sword play, just like...
Yeah, let me charging up this original move where I charge it up for a big spin attack that's never been done in a video game before, or indeed since.
I like how Lord Hosk's guess on what its Metacritic score was -10.
-10?
I don't know if they give those out. That would require a lot of people giving a negative score. What happens if you give a negative score? Do they round it to 0, or do they actually factor...
That's a point. I mean, how often do negative scores come up?
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, there's no way they could do that Because then outlets that want to screw with the review score thing would just give negative scores to games they hate. And they would blow the whole thing. Because you're like, I give Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater a negative 4,900,000. Like, no matter what, by including your score, you destroy the whole thing.
I'm behind it. I support... Oh, could you not? This club, I only get 100 swings of this club. Because every time I swing it, the percentage...
Oh, it's
goes
like
down.
Zelda?
Yeah. But it's not. It doesn't matter whether I, like, actively hit something or not. So there has to be a switch or something that I'm just missing. And the game's not letting me rotate.
Healer says, use the club to break the graves.
Oh, really?
I don't know if that's a real suggestion. I'm just reading it to you.
That's doing 0 things.
That's not the graves.
Oh, the
I
graves?
think you mean gravestone.
Oh, that's...
Not grates.
Oh, hey, here we go. Hey!
I like you're like, you idiot, you don't know anything. And you're like, wait, did you say something else? Oh.
Oh, you said...
Never mind.
Sorry, I thought you said grapes.
Break the grapes.
Break the grapes.
Hashtag break the grapes. Rush the grapes. Here we go.
That's another contender for a PS1 game we could do is Grape Escape.
That is not... Like, based on the board game?
No, I was actually thinking of Ape Escape, but we were talking about grapes.
Oh, see, Ape Escape is one of those games that I've seen it now speed run 3 times, and it's like, because we're during AGDQ. I can almost say all of those letters in succession together. But I've seen the Ape Escape speed run so many times, and I hate watching it so much that. No, we're never doing Grape Escape.
Well, that's fine.
But I will play Grape Escape with you on a board, and we'll just stream us playing, and you move both pieces.
That's. I mean, that's also a thing where that's the kind of thing where we should be in the same place for, though, because I feel like half the fun of a board game is communal experience. You, me, and Thad playing Doctor Who Monopoly. Why not?
Yeah, Monopoly is known for its ability to maintain friendships, not destroy them.
Yeah, it's I'm very pro Monopoly. I'm gonna switch away from the
That's
club.
a tough position to hold politically in 2018.
It's difficult, but I manage it.
That's why I eat only at McDonald's and shop only at the Disney store.
It's like a reverse America
I buy all of my
Unchained.
clothes there.
There is, so there's a British comedian named Dave Gorman who's one of my personal comedy idols, and he did a documentary, I want to say about 10 years ago, called America Unchained, where he wanted to see if he could buy a used car in California and drive coast to coast from the west coast to the east coast.
So basically, every episode of Top Gear.
Yeah, but only stopping at but only supporting independent businesses, not supporting any chains, no McDonald's, no like Shell gas stations.
You're gonna do very good in the Pacific Northwest, and you're gonna have a real problem when you hit the Midwest.
It was
like Kansas, Texas, Oklahoma. You are boned.
It was a really fun documentary. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, hit me! Send me a link to it or something after this. I want to check.
He stole my sword.
Well, now you got throwing daggers.
And now
throw the dags.
No,
give me the dags.
I don't get to do that because I actually actively died.
You are murdered. Game over. Look at that's a rough game over screen.
My eye is out of my head.
Your eye was that. Why didn't they animate the eye going like rolling across the floor?
Yeah, it just falls out and then clatters away like a marble. I love that. That cobweb is fantastic. That's a cracking bit of animation.
There's a lot of just really clever. I mean, and Sony first party has always been that kind of level of polish.
Yeah.
We're not very far in this game though.
No, and I've died twice. I've died at least once on every level we've played so far, except for the opening tutorial level.
You did great on the one where you didn't have to fight anyone.
Yeah, I was really good. I was really good.
It was frame perfect speedrun, I believe.
Yeah.
We're at the time of year where the words frame perfect happen every 20 seconds.
Yes. I'm trying to think of games that I could realistically speedrun, and I think I'm very good at Flashback, but I don't think I could speedrun Flashback.
I remember. I don't even remember what show it was, but it was when I was working at Gearbox, and Randy Pitchford went off to do an interview for someone. But one of the things they did was they have you play the first level of Mario 1, and then they, like Top Gear, do the, because you know when Top Gear used to do the celebrities in the sedan, whatever they call that,
the star in a reasonably priced car.
They would post all the times. Randy did a mathematically perfect, and it's not hard on level 1 to do that, but like he specifically practiced how to do a time that cannot be beat and then did it, and I was like, you just broke their thing. Although speedrunning Mario 1-1 I think is a little too easy. Like speedrunning even 1-2 would make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
But I want to see him speedrun, something hard. Like obviously none of the. There's a lot of auto scrollers in the first world of Mario 3. Now that I come to think of it. Like
there's a lot of it. Yeah, there's
like the airship.
Yeah.
1-4 has one of the warp whistles.
That's one of the things I've just realized now that we're talking about it. I don't think does Mario World have any auto scrollers?
Chat, feel free to ring in on that one.
I think it has.
I feel like
maybe
Choco
1 or 2.
Island. Well, when you get to the Bowser stuff, the lava world stuff, I feel like
it does have some auto scrollers in some of the castles.
AGDQ is currently playing Strider. Yeah, I'm fine. Strider has some of the worst box art on Master System I've ever seen. So, do you ever get like a cool weapon like Excalibur or a bomb? Kiefer Sutherland. You've unlocked Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, unlockable character. It's like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater at a certain
No,
point
he's
in the
actually
game.
a weapon.
Oh.
Not a character. He's in the game as a corpse that you can beat people.
That's kind of cool.
Just like the last season of 24 where they beat the corpse. I guess you'd never watched 24. That joke.
No, I've seen 0 episodes of 24. My mother was a
show
huge fan, though.
It collected sharks for about a season, and then it lined them up and it jumped them all.
That's impressive.
It was very fun.
Kind of like the last season of Battlestar Galactica. But at least
I like the first half of that season. I think the first half was
great,
incredible. Yeah. And you are not kidding. The last episode is particularly because the lead in to sort of the end has some very like Gata's end stuff like that. I think was really well done. And took the characters in interesting places.
Yeah.
It just when your resolution really doesn't line up with any of that.
Yeah.
It's just like, just kidding. God Ghosts.
God Ghosts. Which
God
Ghosts is my favorite PS2 game by Capcom. Alright, here we go. These guys steal your weapons if you let them, so I need to smash them into tiny, tiny bits.
Frosty Plum is saying that Mario World definitely had auto-scrollers.
It definitely did. I realized after I said it that
I agree with it. Yeah, it just, we need to know the level.
I know that one of the boss levels has auto-scrollers. And it has some, like, late-game auto-scrollers. I don't think it had... It had a couple... No, it did have one at the very beginning near the green switch. Which we actually did because we had to do it to get to the Star World. The Star Zone challenge.
So is your arm more of a club or a boomerang? Because it does seem to come back.
It has aspects of both.
That's fair.
Aspects of Both is my favorite Enya album, by the way.
That sort of landed.
It did a little bit. Here's the thing.
I don't really know how Enya... I know Enya. I don't know how she names her albums.
It just...
Whoa! What is with that face on the floor?
Yeah, which developer... Which member of the team's face is this? Is my immediate question.
Zardock. Or Cheese Whiz, or what is it? Skull Billy. I don't remember anything.
Wasn't... Oh, the club is back. We're back in the club. Sorry, I'm way too tickled by that. I'm sorry.
You owe 50 cents.
What is up with this ghost playing the organ? He's really into it.
Dude, he's tearing it down.
I can't kill him.
He's playing the Charlie Brown theme.
I love this animation though. There's so much personality and character in this.
Yeah, I mean, the art team had crushed it on this game. It has such a style and a feel. Back when I was a texture artist, these were all the games that I wish I had worked on. These like simple sort of hand painted. Because now it's like you hand paint a 4096 by 4090. It's not fun. It's way too big. I want to hand paint some 128s, little small. Because we didn't have any texture memory back then. That's a clever door with the teeth. Sort of.
It's a door that monsters come through.
Actually, I think it was a texture on the wall. I don't think that was even geometry.
I think
it. Yeah, you see, like the texture has a little fade of the floor on the bottom. I think
that's very clever.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, I would have loved to do art on a game like this because you have to be clever 100% of the time.
I'm back out here now. Back down the hole.
Oh, Terrence Wiggins is in our chat.
Hey,
Terrence. I know him. I guess you don't.
We know him. I know him. We know him.
You said that in a weird way, so I was like very confused. There is no right angles in this game. Every angle is slightly obtuse or cute.
These are some cute angles, yo.
They use the correct 10th grade words for that.
Oh, these guys need to not. I thought one of them took my sword again.
Like, hey, you gotta these guys need to not.
I would have done the hand thing if my hands weren't full of beans.
That's true. PS1 controller.
Oh,
but you found the sheet music. More like the shit music. That's not even a good joke.
Comedy.
Welcome to #comedy.
#comedy with your host, #Brown.
It's my follow-up to At Midnight as #comedy. Not officially licensed, in no way affiliated.
Did it just get wonkavated? Did that? Or was that just like a quick camera move? Because I had turned the camera around.
They're doing some really clever occlusion stuff. Because again, even the render distance can be very high. So they're sort of swooping the hallways so it can unrender everything. I mean, this game is way clever from a technical perspective in ways that we never noticed when we were in that age, but you notice kind of how genius all this stuff was. Let me go back to it. And the PS1's like trademark warping of all surfaces.
Yeah, every polygon just kind of I like to call it the PS1 wobble because it just I can give this guy sheet music, I guess. Somehow I collected sheet music, so I have to be able to give it to him.
But it's like the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves score sheet music, so he's not even really that excited about it. He's like, "Is this Bryan Adams again? This is what he sounds like." What's his name, you think? He is the Phantom of the Opera?
His name
is the Phantom of. All of it is his first name.
His name is Happy David.
Happy David.
You
want to try that? You want to try that again? We can rewind.
His name is Music Brian.
If it's sheet music, Brian, I will give it.
Sheet music, Brian. Okay, there we go.
Everyone, please make fan sites for sheet music, Brian.
If sheet music,
my favorite character in.
If sheetmusicbrian.tumblr.com is still available at the end of the stream, I'm going to be very unhappy. How do I give him the sheet music? How do I interact with him in a way that allows me to... I can do this.
Yeah, there's no prompt to, like, press anything. Like, do you have to pull up the inventory? And then...
I tried that. Here we go.
Yeah.
I had to do it when I was standing next to it. So now he's rocking out.
That makes sense. So, yeah, sheet music Brian now has...
And he can die happy.
Conniption.
His unfinished
Wait, so you
business.
gave him sheet music and then he was laid to rest?
Yes, his unfinished...
problematic.
clearly his unfinished business was, I don't like playing this one same chord over and over again. What am I, Linkin Park? And then...
I don't think Linkin Park jokes work right now.
Yeah, so that was a bad choice, and I apologize.
Well, you didn't think about it before you said it. I was letting you off the hook for that one.
I appreciate that. I'm not having a good day today in any
it's
front.
fine. I want to run with that for a second. I never disliked Linkin Park, ever.
They've
through all of their different movements, through reanimation, through hybrid theory. Like, hybrid theory really spoke to me when I was a lot younger.
See, hybrid theory never did anything for me as a kid. Like, I go back and listen to it now, and like it's a much stronger album than I gave it credit for in my pretentious teen years.
I think they're all sort of stronger in that the validity of what Chester was singing about is sort of verified. Like, there's no question that he was feeling all of those emotions and feeling, worthless and anxious about the world and scared of being, this famous person on this platform. Like, even if it was sort of simplified, cheesy stuff sometimes, like, it was oddly truthful. Yeah. In a way that, like, no one ever gave anyone else credit for. Because everyone loves to make fun of Linkin Park. Linkin Park is not Limp Bizkit.
Oh, God. I have friends back in England who have a genuine and unashamed adoration of Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, like lyrically, they were never there. And that is why.
Now you know.
You immigrated to America to escape Limp Bizkit. I can't tell you how wrong that move was.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That was not a smart play for me. I do like that I guess the Spirits I just released. They were Super Nintendo button colors.
You have so many throwing daggers. They seem so weak and so useless. Like if they were useful in a boss fight to just... I don't even know if this game has boss fights.
I guess eventually...
They certainly didn't show up on the character list.
Let me get some more health going up. There we go.
Get it.
Oh, here we go. I guess this stained glass window can only be broken.
Oh, speaking of boss fights.
Oh, is that what's happening right now?
It feels like it. Or a StarCraft cutscene is about to happen.
Nah, the polygon...
Whoa! The bad guy from Amazing Stories, Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. That's it. Okay, throwing the shards is super clever. This is a clever boss. I like this boss. Can you imagine if you made this boss now? Like, how freaking cool it would look?
It would look pretty amazing. Oh, I can't get him while he's solid. I can only get him while he's...
Sony, bring MediEvil back.
There's talk about that. There've been rumors for a while that they're gonna do like a remastered trilogy set or something. Which,
right?
I'm on board for that.
I would buy the first one just for this boss. So you're not doing good.
I'm doing very not good.
I mean, I don't want to punch you when you're about to die, which you are.
People are always punching me.
Oh, they did announce a remaster. That's awesome.
They announced it? Nice.
Yeah, well, according to Luke Arkbell.
I thought they were just rumors at this point.
I'm just reading what the chat is saying. By all means, give us links to information. There's a trailer?
That doesn't sound like a thing that has happened.
Yeah, they announced it at PAX. Nope, no.
Really?
No. That's why again, just reading what the chat is saying. Oh, there's a teaser trailer with no footage. I just want to see the stained glass boy. What is his name, you think? Stan the stained glass boy?
Stanley.
Shit. That is so bad. But it fits in perfectly, actually, at this game. Oh, it's announced a PlayStation Experience, which makes sense.
Yeah, PAX has not yet happened, has it?
Well, PAX South is about to happen. There's always a PAX happening.
It's always PAX somewhere.
Just like it's always 6 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
You're in trouble. You're not doing anywhere near enough damage. Although, use 173 throwing daggers. You have so many. Weak ass throwing daggers.
Yeah, but then he immediately Stanley just
Yes, Stanley is here to take names. You better do better this time. Okay?
Well, apparently the name Stanley was not enough for Stanley.
I wanted it to be.
We'll get there.
There's like a racetrack bag. I just noticed it in my camera. There's just like this old racetrack bag just sitting there.
I don't even know if it's in frame on the stream.
Oh, well then
you just like self-incriminated.
Well, yeah, it's good to be honest about racetrack.
I want to see what is it in shot? It's not in the shot, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so now I know more about how to do this level, so I should be able to do it fairly quickly and with a minimal amount of damage before I reach Glasso.
Stanley works.
Stanley Glasso. I feel like Glasso's a family.
Stanley Glasso.
Yeah.
Can you upgrade your shield and stuff in this game, or is it all just like sword, or is it broadsword, weakened, rusty? Because I love those games when it's like you get the rusty crap thing, and then you get a real version of the thing, then you get a master sword, and then you're like.
Well, I mean, I collected this longsword at the beginning of the game, so one would assume that means that at some later point it will be repairable, or I'll just have a better sword that I can pick up. I'm making assumptions about this game, having never played it. I'm sure someone in the chat who's very intimately familiar with MediEvil can give us more information.
Sort of worried about these caveman dudes carrying torches through a incredibly well lit.
Yeah, why is that? What are they doing? What is their thought process here?
They're just going. That's the sound they make. I don't know. I don't have audio, so I can only guess what sound they. Like in my head, it's just.
There's no. Literally, I mean, the only sounds I can hear right now are me swinging my sword, and then the game's very kind of choir boy musically kind of deal.
Chris Rock has informed us you get the weapons of old heroes by collecting the chalice in each level. So kill Stanley, and maybe you'll get something better than a club or your own arm, for example.
I'm pretty happy with my own arm. My own arm does some good stuff.
That's a very difficult sentence to follow up with anything.
There's no way.
I just kind of have to let that chill in the air for a moment and just kind of nod like, yeah.
Yeah, if you want, it's a great way to just kind of end a conversation. If someone's talking.
Well, you did it.
So if someone's talking and you don't want them to be talking, just say, yeah, well, my arm does some pretty good stuff.
Uh-huh. All right, I want to see you take Stanley down.
I'm going to do it this time.
And if you have good strategies for Stanley, please leave them in chat.
Share them. Share them with me.
We know.
Help me become competent at MediEvil.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
I really would like to go that far. If that's okay with you, please.
It's not, then don't. Have they adapted Riverdale into a PS4 game yet? I'd play it.
What would Riverdale? If Riverdale's going to be anything, I would imagine like a Telltale adventure game.
I would make it a 90s style pixel art brawler.
Like
we have to choose between like Archie, Veronica, Betty, and Jughead.
I don't think there's never been an Archie video game. I think the closest is there were a couple of Game Boy Color games based on the animated Sabrina the Teenage Witch series.
Which they now have the opportunity to make more of because there's a new Sabrina.
Which is happening with Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Are they doing it?
It's the same sort of creative team and universe front. So it's a crossover with CW immediately.
So it's going. So there's definitely.
Although Riverdale has a pretty cozy connection with Netflix.
Yeah, doesn't Riverdale isn't that on Netflix in the UK? Like that's where.
It is, but they also like put up the episodes after they air in America.
Oh, cool! I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
They used to. I don't know if they're still doing it.
I haven't been watching Riverdale at all.
Well, I hear this is a pretty good podcast you could be listening to if you were watching it.
Could you tell me more about this phenomenal podcast I could be listening to?
Go to crimeariverdale.com. It's the best podcast about Riverdale on the internet, starring me and John Reisinger. John Reisinger. You gotta say it like that, like a cool...
John Reisinger. This summer, one man will risk everything.
John Reisinger. His family was left for dead, and by that I mean at a Burger King. Can he get back to them?
I've lost my sword. It's gone forever.
I will hit them with my arm.
I'll bludgeon them with my arm. If they ever make a MediEvil movie, can I audition for the role of...
Only
if you...
No, let's leave Max Landis out of this one.
Yes, please.
And by this one I mean
all of them?
things. All of them. But do you imagine that Dirk, whatever, the dude flinging around this...
Dirk Daring.
In my head, he's just going, bonk, kazoom, bam, bonk,
blam,
like,
go,
blang, like,
plong.
Oh, Griffin Ham, go home. David Cage's Riverdale. Ugh! What should we do? Let's make the plot of Riverdale more contrived and wacky. Like, it isn't already the most of that thing.
I hope you're happy, because by uttering that sentence, by putting it on the internet, everyone is now legally required to disassemble their PlayStation consoles and mail each individual component to a different country so that they can never be assembled again.
To be buried in various deserts.
Yes.
On the globe.
And you did
All right. How long did it take you to get back to Stanley? Like how much progress does it not let you save?
I have to do the whole level again. That's the rule.
That's rough.
So I've got to give.
Rough.
But we do have.
But
more
you
time
know all of it now.
With Sheet Music Brian.
Sheet Music Brian is my favorite character in this game.
He's my favorite character in any video game.
And it's not even his real name, but it is now. Sheet Music Brian.
Okay, if there is a MediEvil wiki, I want you to go and find the article for that ghost and rename it to Sheet Music Brian.
We got 72 people watching right now. If you wouldn't all mind going to the wiki. No, I think what I just said was illegal. Don't do that.
Yeah, we should probably not.
Or at least don't tell me about it. I claim ignorance.
It's very easy for me to claim ignorance because I'm, generally speaking, not a knowledgeable man.
Oh, Brandon Frank has joined the chat and has brought up something very smart. So he just said, see you on the 20th, I think talking to me, because I'm doing a live show, Movies and Mikey Live, at the Alamo Draft House on the 20th. In Richardson, Texas. And you should get I can't send a link right now to tickets, but there's a lot of tickets still available because they upgraded my theater. Because I sold out the small one and I felt like such a badass. I was like, yeah, I sold out my first show. And they're like, you get the super theater now. And I was like, oh god, because it is way more seats. It's like 260 something, I think now. I went from a 40 to 50 person theater I literally saw Jumanji in to although I have a history with the theater they've just put me in. The 260, the big one, yeah. We used to do a lot of Gearbox what is it, staff meetings, like for the whole company. We needed to fit everybody in the same room.
Yeah.
And it had a big screen, we could talk. So we used to do our big company meetings there. But one other thing I did was when The World's End was sort of traveling around and showing people the movie before it came out to sort of build buzz. I saw The World's End like a month before it came out for real with Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg, and Nick Frost in that theater. Nice. So I have some history there.
That's awesome.
Don't forget about your shield, Ben.
I keep forgetting I have that. So
what about the bull, Bart? What about the bull? I don't quote The Simpsons very often, and when I do, it's esoterically from high school. Stanley coming at you.
My name's Stain Lee, and I'm here to say that I'm gonna kill Ben, and I don't care if this rhymes or not, because
I'm gonna stain him in a major way.
Oh, no, run away from the knives.
Well, can you will he lower his gaze if when he starts doing that you run in closer? Can you be under the machine gun? It's kind of an unfair boss maneuver. He's literally machine gunning glass at you.
Yeah. But the good news is that I have, if I die, I do have a health replenishment. So if I die, I won't like die.
Wheeler just said, "My name's Stanley, and I'm here to say Excelsior." And I just want to quickly say, not a good joke. Literally, as of like yesterday, I would look up Stanley and then click news.
Oh what? Oh man.
Oh he's. I don't even know how to say in a nice way. Stanley is probably not worth your worship. It sounds like he grabbed a lot of people that against their will. So you won't be seeing Stanley in cameos anymore, is my guess. Which is fine. Those are always the worst part of every Marvel movie. I just want to say that.
Because you know that's going to happen, and it just kind of takes you out of it.
Well, even Guardians of the Galaxy 2, a perfect film, has one of the credit sequences is Stan Lee, which was nice they pushed them that far back, but yeah, I'm glad we don't have to look at those anymore. Anyway, cool. I don't really want to get in a big argument and chat about this. I was just sharing the news in case you hadn't heard it. The big stained glass heart every time he does it, the pumping thing, does that not look like the cover of American Idiot to you?
It does a little bit, like the grenade heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how the grenade heart just makes perfect sense to both of us.
Man, this thing is taking... Okay, so it just...
You're doing great, though. You're doing great. I believe in you. Stan Lee ain't stand a chance, even though
it's not... It's not Stan Lee, it's Stanley. It's...
Okay, I wasn't... That... It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Could you stop throwing tiny knives at my man? Man, I'm not going to survive this boss fight. Look how much damage I'm doing
out
to
of
him.
Context quote ever. Can you please stop throwing tiny knives at my man? That was a line in Waiting to Exhale, I believe. Come on, you can do it. Put a little power to it. Now, why aren't you hitting him right now?
Because his heart is not exposed.
Oh, okay. So that's the telltale symbol. Get it? Telltale.
Hey, comedy.
It approximated comedy. It sort of circled it.
It's like if you had heard what comedy might sound like and decided to like emulate that. I might do it. I might actually.
Yeah, I believe in you, man. This is great.
Nope, no.
Kill him! No! Do not die! Oh my god! Kill him! Go! Oh my god! This is so close.
This is not good for me. This is not good for America. I did it!
Yeah!
Yes, man.
In your face, sheet music, Brian. And Stain.
This is when it turns out he has a second form.
Oh god, if he does, you're hosed. That was really hard for like the first boss fight.
Oh, it could also be that I'm just woefully incompetent.
Well, I don't open with that with my friends. It's not the nicest thing in the world.
The thing is,
the problem is you're grossly incompetent.
well, you sucked at that boss fight, Ben. Yes, I did. Thank you for making that.
Tristan, you said it best. Eat it, Stanley.
Eat it, Stanley.
But don't eat the steak.
Don't eat the steak. Oh, well, that's disappointing. No, I don't want. It just asked me if I wanted to replay the Hilltop Mausoleum, and the answer is no, thank you.
Wow, that's a lot of levels. We didn't do much so far, it would appear.
So I guess I have to do the level Return to the Graveyard.
Returned. Really? They make you go to the same level again? That can't be.
It's not actually the same level.
Level 2 can't be level 1 again. That's like... Did you ever see the Clerks animated series?
Yes. And wasn't the second episode a clip show of clips
Second episode is a clip show of the first episode, which was the funniest. So I don't particularly care about Kevin Smith, though I think he's brilliant in two instances.
Sorry, I have so little HP that the first thing I do when I arrive in this level is die.
But you get a start there again, yeah?
I have to load my save, where I have no HP, and then I die. This is gonna be amazing.
Well, we only got like 20...
Yeah. I could always load up a different PS1 game for the last 20 minutes.
No, you're good. I mean, you can if you want. But I feel like I owe them some MediEvil.
We do.
Now you're playing it like PUBG. Where around every corner could be your variant. PUBG.
I'm trying to get...
Coming this.
Coming this.
Coming this. That doesn't even make sense. Coming this.
Next summer. Last summer. One man.
Last summer.
I know what you did next summer. It's a time travel horror thriller. Oh, and
it's actually I know what you did last summer, and I know what you did next summer. It's a movie where kids gaslight each other into doing very specific things.
Oh, horrible!
It's pretty bad. It's a horror movie. Should be horrible. You died so fast.
I did. I'm gonna have one more go at this level. I'm gonna have one more spin at this wheel.
This is like insanely unfair to put you in the position after fight. Like, how do you not get your health back after beating the hardest boss in the world?
I wonder if I can go back to the very first level.
Yeah, try something to like gain.
Like
replay Dan's crypt. Whose crypt? It's Dan's.
Dan's crypt.
Hi, I am Dan. This is my crypt. Let's come along with me.
Welcome to Dan's Crypt, the new show coming up next on Cartoon Network.
Don't be scared to smash that subscribe button.
Where's my health at? I'm still at 2. Cool,
yeah, Wheeler is saying you can go back to the tutorial level to get help. AKA Dan's Crypt.
Here we go.
So, let me look up Dragon's Lair or Dirk real quick.
Yeah, you do that. They're very similarly attired.
So, without the red smock, because essentially Dirk, well, I can post links in the chat, right? Because I'm the guy that owns it, so that's fine.
You're Greg Modman, I think, yeah.
Here are pictures of Dirk, and what I noticed, so he has yellow shoulder pads, like full-size ones, and a red smock. Okay. So it's I believe that armor could be under the red, but without a red smock, it's sort of. I don't know. It's close. I don't know if it's.
I think the colors are close enough. But also,
his arms only being red and not having a red chest is really weird.
Yeah, it's like this is the armor that they buried Dirk the Daring in. This is like burial armor because it's still evocative of Dirk.
That's a lot of headcanon to accept. I think that's supposed to be.
So I did.
Did you get health?
There's no health in Dan's Crypt, which seems like that seems like the first place I would go to get health.
People just said there was.
There was no health in Dan's Crypt.
I imagine some people are about to correct you, counting down in 10, 9. Yeah, you have 2 health. This is not a workable solution. Actually, it is. You killed them.
I did it without dying this time. The trick is to stand very far away and just pelt them with knives.
So you didn't get a chalice before for killing the last guy.
Oh, and I drowned. Okay, cool. So...
That would have happened if you had full health. So...
It doesn't matter.
I guess that's better.
I would have sucked either way.
Would have sucked either way.
That's what it says on my mum's memorial plaque.
I think there's a secret wall or something. It's a different color. That is what chat just said to you. Also, Lord Hosk asks a very important question. How did you drown? You have no lungs. was my favorite. That was my favorite game growing up. I have no lungs, but I must drown.
Yes. I think
Very popular.
Dan the Dirk the Daring, his skeletal structure is so old that it is basically water soluble at this stage.
Did you ever play the NES version of Dragon's Lair?
I tried.
It's like has the hardest first screen of all time when you're like have the drawbridge and the dragon and it just kills you in like 15 different ways. I rented it as a kid and I got so mad.
Why does that game? Oh, hello. There's a wall here that's a different.
Yeah, they're telling you there's definitely a different colored wall that you can. So
I can't do anything with it. I don't know why.
You hit it twice and we're like, I can't do anything. Bye.
Yeah, listen, that's my approach to life. I go up to things.
It's not a great approach.
I go up to things I don't understand. I hit them 2 times. That fails. So I give up.
Hit it with your arm.
Hit it with my arm. That'll do it.
Hit it with your arm. 5 times.
7,
Okay,
8, 9, 10.
It's not working.
I'll beat you to death with a wet end. Okay. Does he have a wet end? He's a skeleton.
Now they're saying hit it with the club. That is definitely the wall that has health behind it. I don't even know why you're going anywhere else instead of figuring it.
Because I have to get that rune to open the exit. Let's try the club.
You need the reason you're
Hey!
Oh, Macarena.
Hey, look. I found a life bottle, which means when I die, I'll come back with full health.
That's better than not having a life bottle. What happens if you drown with the life bottle?
Practically speaking, it's exactly the same as having a life. It just means I'll drop down into the land with health again.
Does it just drop you back to? Does it like lift you up and it's like you're saved, and then drop you immediately back in the water to drown again?
Yeah, it's like.
I would be so pissed to get rezzed in water and then drown twice.
Okay, so the worst thing about Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy Color is in the level Minecart Madness, and I talked about this a little bit in Port Center.
Ben, you've talked about this a lot.
But if you have Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong and you get hit, on the Super Nintendo version, when you get hit, he automatically does a little hop. He doesn't do that hop on the Game Boy Color version, so you immediately fall to your death.
How long are you going to carry this burden?
For the rest of my days.
For the rest of my one day.
When I die, I will gather people around to my death. I'm going to have rare employees come and meet me at my deathbed because I want them to formally apologize.
Wow. Now, just to point this out, you did do an episode once where you invited a rare employee to your house and then murdered them.
I would probably not have done that if I did that now.
It feels a little out of place now.
It's not good. Anything with guns now is just.
Used to be so hard, Ben Paddon.
From
the streets.
I'll be completely honest with you. I wrote that episode. Because I was so frustrated with Minecart Carnage, I couldn't finish it. I couldn't play more of the game, and I felt like I don't have anything other to say than I hate this level. So
it's an odd message.
It's an odd message.
I'm glad it's on your channel.
I was going to re-upload everything. No, I'm not going to do that. I was
like, the fuck you are.
I would like to revisit Donkey Kong Country for the Game Boy Color and like do it properly at some point in the future.
It did sort of, because like there's a lot to like about Donkey Kong Color in terms of just how technically they got that to fit.
Yeah.
There are a lot of control problems that are exacerbated by B-level Minecart Carnage, that caused you to feel some feelings. Was that guy dabbing? Look at him! We're zombies! Watch out! Here we come!
This was 1998. This is the first recorded dab in history.
It's the first dab. That actually is prenatal Logan Paul, because I believe this game probably is older than Logan Paul.
I think most things are older than Logan Paul.
That's not true.
He's 17 days old.
Well, mountains are pretty old, so I guess you're right. If we're counting mountains and
99% of the things on the planet, and that's rounding down.
This rock.
Yes.
Actually, my pen holder is older than him. On my desk, the thing that holds my pens is an Emma box from 1892 in France.
Wow.
during whatever war was going on in 1892 in France. Because I don't know enough. It was like $5.
Okay. I was going to say, how did you get that? But you just answered it with a price, and the answer is, I bought it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't make it. I wasn't alive in 1892.
Well, no, I didn't think you had made it, Mike. I'm not an imbecile.
And
Don't take my skill level at MediEvil as an indicator for my intellect.
That's fair. That actually is the words I live my life by. Don't take my prowess in MediEvil in 1992's MediEvil. Is that the year?
98. You were way off the mark.
Man, I can't believe games looked this bad, like technology-wise, in '98. That's crazy.
Well,
although the '90s were like they went real fast.
There was this weird period where everyone was doing 3D games, but 3D didn't look good enough yet for it to really... There's still a lot of character in this game. Like, this game, I think, still has a really good visual aesthetic, but it's like looking at... That's why I think we're seeing indie games that are sort of nostalgic for that time period as opposed to the evergreen sort of pixel art time period of the... Because we see a lot of indie games that are pixel art. I mean, that goes all the way to Stardew Valley, but we're starting to see the low poly, low res look. Yeah, which I'm very excited about. I'm super jazzed to see more games doing that. Have you played Dusk yet? I think I've talked to you about Dusk before.
I wasn't listening if you did.
It was first, well, it is.
Not that I don't listen to you. I just...
No, that's fair.
I haven't heard of it.
Most people don't listen to me. Dusk is a first-person shooter that has an aesthetic that is very similar to games like Quake.
Is that the Quake one? Yeah. I think I've seen that. There's a few... Because, like, shooters using that aesthetic makes a lot of sense to me. Have you beaten the game yet?
This is actually the ending cutscene. I haven't been playing for the last 4 minutes.
In time. We only have 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
So, let's discuss what we're playing next week.
Did we want to do another PS1 game, or do we want to shift gears to maybe Pluck on the Super Nintendo?
Chat, weigh in. I sort of want to play the reboot PS1 game, but I have a feeling it could be so bad that it's not worth playing.
Well, I just died, so I'm not playing this anymore.
Do you remember the Super Nintendo Tom and Jerry game?
I do not. I have zero memory of the Super Nintendo Tom and Jerry game.
I liked it a lot, and it looks really good. You know what'd be fun is playing, like Mickey Mania.
Mickey Mania. No, not even kidding. As a kid, I really wanted Mickey Mania. Like, I was all about that game. It was incredible. And I never got it. I've never played it.
No Super Nintendo game has ever pulled off an aesthetic that well.
Yeah?
Because they did all the different time periods, because I played every Mickey Mouse game from Mickey Mousecapades to like Castle of Illusion. I mean, I played all those, but Mickey Mania was like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Was Mickey Mania solely a Super Nintendo game, or was it a multi-platform release?
I think it was just Super Nintendo, but it might have gotten a Genesis release, because I think Castle of Illusion did. Like, the other smaller games did, but I don't know. Because Mickey Mania was like a huge game for them.
Googling it, it did get a Genesis release. I remember seeing TV ads for it all over the television during I guess it would have been 94 when the game came out. They really like very heavily marketed this game. There was a PlayStation version. It got released for the Super Nintendo in 1994. It got released for the Genesis in 94. The Genesis version actually was released in Europe ahead of the Super Nintendo version, like 5 months ahead of time.
I'll say this. The Mode 7, the way they used Mode 7 in the Super Nintendo game is so mind-blowing to me and so clever. I can only imagine that the Genesis and even PlayStation version are inferior. But that's just an opinion. I could be wrong. But man, I mean, as a kid, I was like, how did they do any of this? Because it was so clever.
This is interesting. I'm reading information now about Mickey Mania on Wikipedia. The Super Nintendo version is missing the hidden band concert level and the stairway sequence in the Mad Doctor level, which I assume are on the Genesis version, as well as a few special effects and some of Pluto's appearances in some level ending sequences. The Sega CD and PlayStation versions extend the ending to the Mad Doctor level, showing that the Mad Doctor himself has regressed to a baby, and adds a sequence near the end of the Prince and the Pauper level, wherein Mickey must find pencils to call upon the other Mickeys from the 6 main levels to attack Pete. Huh.
What film, and if I don't remember this, I don't expect you to get it right,
okay.
So I'm letting you off the hook early. The Mickey version of Prince and the Pauper aired before a film, and I want to say it was like Space Invaders or something around that time.
That I wouldn't know.
I must know, because I went to the movie specifically to see Prince and the Pauper.
Are you Googling it now?
Yeah.
This is the Ben and Mikey Google Hour, where we try to half remember things.
I'm here to teach you things.
I'm not judging. I'm just cracking wise, because we're now just watching this MediEvil.
If I don't know it off the top of my head, I'm guessing most people. Wait, was it full length? Prince and the Pauper might have been its own film. I thought this aired before it, but I could be totally. Nope. It aired before. Rescuers Down Under,
which I never saw.
It was then later re-released in front of the film Brother Bear, which everyone didn't see, so you're fine.
I saw Brother Bear. I actually went
Rescuers
to see
Down
Bear.
Under was the film. Also, Rescuers Down Under was one of the first films to use CG for Disney, even though all the other ones get more credit. It used it really well. Like, Rescuers Down Under starts with this like long tracking shot across like the outback of Australia. Very good.
And then there was Basil the Great Mouse Detective also used CG.
Yes. I think it was just called Great Mouse Detective in America.
Okay. Yeah.
Or are you just giving his name?
No, I think it was called Basil the Great Mouse Detective in Europe, in the same way that Brother Bear is a film people in Europe saw. Not the same thing. That's not the same thing at all, Ben. What's wrong with you?
That is questionable CGI like I have never seen.
They're really trying.
Are they?
I don't know. I mean, it's not Toy Story, but it's also not ... question mark.
Here's a fun fact that will blow your mind. Do you remember that episode of The Simpsons where it's all in 3D and Homer? It's one of the Treehouse of Horror episodes.
Yeah.
Where Homer goes
cubed,
into 3D.
yeah.
That episode predates Toy Story by a number of months.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of
cool.
And
it looked pretty good.
It looked great. Like I remember my dad taped that episode because he heard it was happening, and we watched it continue. My dad was obsessed with computer
and all we
animation.
remember is erotic cake.
That's all we remember is Homer going into the erotic cake store.
It is where you're supposed to go.
Although I do remember the joke, the this place looks expensive joke.
Yeah.
Which made
all right,
me
so
very
what are we playing?
So next week I think we are doing
Mickey Mania sounds very good.
Let's do Mickey Mania, yeah.
Yeah. Because I think there's a lot technologically that I want to talk about in that game that you might have missed. Like, there's a lot of insanely clever tricks, and I think we should play the Super Nintendo version.
Yeah, and I've never played it before. This is the fulfilling of 8-year-old Ben's dream.
You're gonna get frustrated, I think, by how hard some of the platforming is, but I beat it when I was like 10, so okay. I'm guessing you'll get further than you got this week.
Yeah, I got to level 4 this week, I think.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad. I mean,
I don't want to see this game again.
I did get more than halfway through Flashback, and I got about.
That's how you memorize that game.
I got halfway through James Pond 2. Yeah, I want one of these days where I want to sit and play a game and I want to finish it on this stream.
That's hard to do in an hour and a half.
It is hard to do. Well, then we'll just play a really, really short game like Portal or something. Portal's 10 years old now.
Yeah, but nobody wants to watch anyone play Portal.
No.
Except for the speedruns, because those are so impressive.
Oh, speedrun! Portal speedruns melt my brain.
I'm sure there's gonna be some What are they playing right now? They are playing Mario Land 4! Everyone switch over to AGDQ right now.
Yeah, I think we're basically done here.
Yeah, we are. So next week we're going to play Mickey Mania. Thank you all for checking out the Antiquing Hour with Ben and Mikey, our streaming show to keep the lights on. Yep, still on. Ben, do you have anything to say before we depart?
Yes. But it was just the word yes, so we're good. That's it.
See everyone next week.
Have fun. Goodbye forever. I'll see you next week.
Bye.